a win that surprised me. That's Pine Bluff Mayor Debbie Hollingsworth a day after her win. January 1st, 2013, her first day in office, the new mayor sends out this press release. It reads in part, as of 2:05 p.m. today, Brenda Davis-Jones has been relieved of her duties. My first question to Mayor Hollingsworth Tuesday, why so fast?
Because that's what the people wanted.
That's exactly right. There's two ordinances which we gave out Friday that govern the hiring and firing of your police chief and your fire chief, and we just need to establish which one is the governing body, which one is law.
I mean, as far as the basis for firing the former police chief, I mean, you really haven't said that publicly to our viewers anyway. I'm wondering if you could give a reasoning.
Under new leadership, we just decided that her services were no longer needed.
Why is that?
Because we just decided her services were no longer needed.
Did she not perform to standards that were set for her?
Her services were no longer needed.
I mean, but I don't think that these citizens are going to accept that as a transparent form of operating government.
I've been advised that is all I can say.
When the police chief was fired, was there any? Are you the primary person that made the decision?
Yes, I was the person that made that decision. Yes.
Was there any influence? Any influence from any outside sources, or was that your personal decision?
Well, no. Her services were no longer needed under new leadership.
This is an issue that involves fairness and transparency. Two things are at issue here. The reality is, did the city council give her the right to hire and fire? Yes, but nobody's given the right to hire and fire a person unjustly. Just like when you hire a person, you make sure that there's a criteria you go by. When you fire a person, there's a criteria that you go by. Now, we're not dealing with nothing but fairness and justice. Right. It was not fair the way she was treated. It was not fair that certain people in the police department, Caucasian, white men, plotted against her. It was not fair that they told the public that the whole association gave a no vote of confidence. They did not give the numbers of how many people voted, no confidence for her. So they manipulated the public. Putting out propaganda on her, they manipulated the public. Then after manipulating the public, certain police in the police department lobbied Hollingsworth to make the decision to fire the woman. Common sense. She said out of her own mouth that she fired this woman not because she's inadequate to do the job, not because she's not qualified. She said out of her mouth that she fired her because some people on the campaign trail told her to fire her.
Because that's what the people wanted. Because that's what the people wanted. And that's what we heard whenever we were campaigning. If you know that's a decision that needs to be made, why delay? Just do it.
She says she heard the people of Pine Bluff, and just hours after she took the oath of office, Mayor Hollingsworth called Davis-Jones to her office.
The termination process went very, very smooth. It took less than 5 minutes.
Is that fair? Is that just? No, it's not. Was it transparent? No, it was not. She did not come before the public and say, I am firing this woman because some people told me to fire her. And when she did the interview, she said these words: We decided that her service was no needed, but she refused to clarify who was the we that was making the decision. The people didn't vote no we in. The people voted her in because they were expecting her to do the right thing, and she did not do the right thing.
They draw their own opinions, they draw their own conclusions, and they finish the story without her part.
I don't think that she was even given a chance or opportunity to even speak.
She wasn't given a chance to even, at the time of termination, she was not given a chance to say, is there any questions or anything that you want at, that she's never given that opportunity. Anytime the papers say that she went in at 2 o'clock, she was fired by 2:05, there's nowhere in the world you could have asked one question.
If not for moral reasons, which would be extremely plausible, if not for moral reasons, then definitely for reasons of her being a human being, for her deserving to be treated as an equal. And also, I think that if she is reinstated, maybe as a higher official, Debbie Hollingsworth could actually have a chance to work with her as opposed to just firing her and not really knowing a whole lot about her as a person.
Was it fair? That's the question. Was it justified? That's the question. Like I say, it's one thing to have hearsay and gossip that goes on in small Pine Bluff, but to see an actual video, to read the body language, to spiritually discern what came off of our new mayor, I must say that was disturbing. I don't know the new mayor personally, but just from that video I saw, it makes me wonder what's really next for Pine Bluff. I don't think it's good. I think a number of people just may be fired. More injustices may come about. But I truly have to say, as black people in Pine Bluff, we must start pulling together. We must become more educated on the law. We can't wait till something happens, then go study the books. So like I say, for me personally, I think as a whole, Pine Bluff is in trouble.
About the chief of police while at work. The same officer who took...
Because we all your children. Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus, God, I pray to you.
Father God, we thank you for this gathering, Lord. We thank you for the people who are here, Father God. Lord, this is the day that you have made, Lord. Let us rejoice and be joyful, Father God. We thank you for the people that you've placed here today, Father God. And we just come asking that we will speak from the heart.
I think that was really bad the way they done it. That was really wrong. I don't like it at all.